Welcome to Calc 2 Math 230. Here you are at the home page of Canvas. Just to point a few things out here, let me widen this out a little bit. Here's your day one activity. We've got to get this done here. Here's my little welcome to the class. We'll go here, but again, I want you to notice the to-do list. This is when your tests are all due. And then when you get to the homework, you're going to notice the homework are all going to have the same due date. The reason I do that is because I want you to, if needed, go back and earn as many points as possible as you need to up your homework score. So it's open all semester, but there are due dates to when things are going to be calculated and entered into your grade. All right, so let's get to the syllabus here. Under the day one activity, since you're watching this video, you already clicked this link, you're here. Click this for the syllabus. Here's the link for the quiz. So these all have to be done day one. So let's jump to the syllabus. Okay, run up to the top here real quick. What's the important stuff up here? Email address. There's my office number. Emailing me is going to be the best way to communicate with me. Important dates, we go from August 25th to December 19th. August 29th is your refund date. Here's the course description. I'll let you guys read this stuff. I'm just going to hit the highlights of the syllabus. Again, materials required. We're going to be in WebAssign. You've already paid for that with your course fee, so it's all good. Communication with the instructor. This one's huge. Obviously, it's in red. All communications must be done with your GCC student email. I prefer that you're in Chrome. I prefer that you're using your Gmail account through Chrome, because my instructor email is in through Chrome on Gmail. And when I get attachments, they don't go through a virus check because they're on the same platform. You send me something through Canvas. Sometimes your attachments will not open when I open my email account. So everything through your student email. Please, in the subject line, I require that you put the course name, MAT 230, section number. Section number I'll be lenient on, only because I only have one 230 class. So make sure that you at least put in the Math 230 and your name. And I would suggest you type that into a Word document. Right here, boom, Math 230. Section number, your name, and put that in the subject line for whatever we're dealing with. Okay, if there's a homework issue, you can put in the homework with it with your name, whatever. That's fine. But that's how I want to see your emails, please. Technology and calculator. Here's all the information again. I suggest using Google Chrome. You want to be in Canvas when you're looking up your grades and going to your homework and watching your videos for your notes. But again, email account through Google. Calculators, all right, you can purchase one, you can rent one, or you can use a desktop. Here is a desktop link. You can rent one from the Math, not from the Math Solution, it's actually the Math Office now. They're taking care of that up there. Or you can go out and buy one. If you do, get the TI-84CE. Rechargeable, you don't need batteries. You can update it whenever they make updates. It's like their last calculator that you'd ever have to purchase. Make sure you have a strong internet. Not having internet's not an excuse for being late. Okay, next big one, course engagement. All right, I'm treating this class as if you are actually meeting on a daily basis. It's a 5-credit class, which used to meet Monday through Friday. So if you don't show up for the first day of class, you get dropped. So if you do not do day one assignments for the first day of class, you will be withdrawn. Next, if you don't come to class, then you will be withdrawn. So how do I work that online? If you do not stay up to date with your notes, if you go past 3 days of nothing being turned in, then you're going to get an email and you're going to be warned that on the next offense you will be withdrawn if I don't see an improvement. Now, how do you know when to have this stuffed in? All the yellow highlighted material on the calendar, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, time commitment, follow the calendar. Online office hours, Monday through Friday, 4 to 6. Email me by 2 p.m. by Monday or Friday to let me know that you want to meet. Use your communication to mute protocol. Okay, testing. There will be 4 exams throughout the semester. They are paper pencil. You have a 3-day window to get this done at the testing center and the main campus. If you miss the test, you get a 0. There are no retakes. The final exam is comprehensive and will also be taken at the testing center. All right, now the testing center requires you to make an appointment, which I will show you that in Canvas. In fact, let's go do it right now. Right here, home page, left margin, testing center main. Click that, it will take you in there right now. Don't click it because I haven't assigned any exams yet. You can't make an appointment until I set up the exams. All right, so back to my syllabus. Here we go. Now, one thing I want you to understand is you will be allowed to have a full page notes, front and back, handwritten. All right, no cutting and pasting of your note sheets and putting it into this Word document. Okay, it's going to be handwritten with no worked out examples. I do not want this sheet to be folded. Okay, that will not be allowed. Believe it or not, I had a knucklehead folded up a sheet that had worked out examples in his pocket, and he showed him a blank sheet with some chicken scratching on it. Well, here's my formulas. But he was caught opening up another sheet of paper and did not turn it in. He got a 0 for the test. He was cheating. Okay? No creases whatsoever on this sheet. Make sure you put your name on it. It will be collected. You will turn it in. They will ask to see it first. If they see any pictures, any worked out examples, you will not be allowed to take it into the testing room. They will confiscate it and they'll call me immediately, send me pictures of it to see if it is allowed. You will start the test without it. They will check with me. If I okay it, they'll give it back to you. But no pictures. It's handwritten, period. Down below is the testing hours. This is what I was given so far sent to our department, but it was these dates only, so I'm going with what they have on their web page. I strongly recommend that you always call them to make sure what their hours are. Please call. Always write down the name for whoever you are talking to. I have had troubles with them in the past with just me, not my students, but with me, where I won't get into it, but I've had problems. Always call, always call, always call. You've been forewarned. All right, make sure you get your test done 10 minutes before closing. You cannot make an appointment the day of the test. They're saying at least 3 days. I'm going to be having you make appointments a good 2 weeks in advance. It's all on the calendar. You follow the calendar, everything will go fine. Required notes. This is what you need to do for your attendance and be sending that in. Homework, this will be through WebAssign. It's all attached through Canvas. You'll work on that. And the homework is worth 15% of your grade. Your notes are worth 5% of your grade. Here's the grading scale, how it's weighted. Just to keep in mind, if you get a 79.999, you get a C. I do not round up. If you're worried about a bubble grade, this is how you take care of it. Here's your extra credit opportunities. All right, please read through this. You can get homework extra credit if you do not miss any of your notes due dates. You turn in all your notes via the calendar by their due dates. You will get extra credit, which will be calculated after the semester is over when I crunch the grades. There's test extra credit. Read it. Homework. 90% every assignment. How does it affect your grade? About almost 5% for 80% of your grade. That does not include your final. So it is worth doing. If you have any complaints, here is the order. You are to email me first, talk about it. If you don't like my conclusion, then you get to go to the department chair with an email. If you don't like her conclusion, then you can go to the dean of instruction with an email. Classroom accommodations, if this is for you, then please make sure that you are working with the Disability Resource Service Office. I can't do anything unless I get information from them. Student responsibility, every student is expected to know and comply with all the student published policies, rules, and regulations as printed in the college catalog, class schedule, and or student handbook. Student conduct, all right, severe behavior problems including but not limited, well, we're not going to have that because we will not be meeting in class, but if there's any cheating or plagiarism going on, this is going to be coming basically from the testing center. They will be videotaping you while you test. Don't try anything. If you do cheat, I will automatically fill out a form of plagiarism with the Dean of Student Life, and it's going to go on your record for the rest of the time at GCC. Sex discrimination, sex-based harassment. Here's all the information, links that you might need. Here's, again, link for your calculator, link for your cell phone to help you turn it into a PDF file. There's other apps and things that you can use. Do what's best for your phone. If you need extra help, here's the Math Solution and their website for their hours and making appointments for help. All right, here's the calendar, the most important calendar. Do not go by the calendar in Canvas. The only thing that one's good for is let you know when your tests are, but here's the test dates right here in orange. Here are the yellow due dates. These are the dates that you must follow, which represents that you are in class. Now, if you got something huge going on Thursday and you can't do it, then do it early. Get it done early. I don't care if you turn these things in early, but if you turn 11.3 notes into me on Friday, you just lost your extra credit opportunity. So follow the yellow due dates, either that day by midnight or before. So we have day 1 activities on Monday, 11.1 notes, 11.2 notes, 11.3 notes. Homework for extra credit for 11.1 through 11.3 are all due by midnight on the following Monday, and that's what I usually do for every week. On Friday the 29th, make your appointment for your first unit exam. By the end of the first week, I will have the test printed over there. I'll set up the appointment so you can start making your appointments. All right, so follow the yellow due dates. You will also notice that on the last Thursday, this is when all of Unit 1 homework is due. This is when I will enter everything into Canvas. On this date, September 1st, this is when I will download from WebAssign. I will take the grades, and everybody who's over 90%, I will start keeping track of their extra credit. Then the following Monday, I will take everything down at midnight and put it into my Excel spreadsheet, and I will monitor their extra credit 90% or better. As soon as you miss an assignment by this extra credit due date that is not 90% or better, you forfeited your extra credit opportunity for your test extra credit. Now, doesn't mean you can't always make up your homework. So here's what I'm saying. You get to 90%, you get to the 90%, you get to the 90%, you take the test, you goofed up on maybe 1 or 2 problems, and you say, wait, I need some more points. I'm going to go back to my homeworks and make them all 100, because then I can have 100% as what factors in as my extra credit, not the 90%. The 90% is the requirement to meet the extra credit. You can always go back and turn your homeworks into 100. And then just keep following it every single Monday after that. So make sure you got your homework all done before you want to watch Monday Night Football. All right, here's all our exams, the 4 unit exams, and the final. All all of everything in orange will be again in the testing center, and you need to make appointments for those. So when you make your appointment for the Unit 4 exam, check to see, I'll make sure that I got the final exam also there. Make sure you make your appointment for that one as well. So calendar, that's where you want to print it, check it off, have it on your tablet, check it off, whatever. Most important calendar here for you. All right, please fill out the syllabus acknowledgement receipt. This is stating that you understand everything out of the syllabus, especially your grade, your homework, everything like that. You know what you got to get done to be successful in this class. I will say this one more time. Every person who has met the yellow and the extra credit for the test have always gotten an A in my class. Their B's became A's. All right, so please follow that. Not too many have been able to do both, but for those who have done it, all have gotten A's. All right, back to Canvas. Okay, back to the home page here. Just to quickly show you what I mean by the notes. Again, the to-do list, don't follow this calendar. It's not good because it doesn't have all your homework listed here because it's open till the last day of classes. So again, here's first unit, chapter 11 and chapter 7. What you want to do is you want to go to the chapter 7 notes and review. Open up that link. You want to print down these PDF files. These are your notes. These are your reviews for the final. You want to download, print, and practice these. Okay? All right, next we're going to go to 11.1. Here's the video for your notes. Fill them out. Take pictures of it. Turn it into a PDF. Send it to me via your student email account. Here's the link. We'll take you to WebAssign. It'll be outside of Canvas. It will grade it in WebAssign, and it will post your grades in Canvas. And you go to the next. 11.2, 3 videos for the notes. There's your homework. We go to 11.3, 3 videos to watch. Fill up your notes. Do your homework. There's your first week. 11.4, 2 videos, your homework. You can always just go back to the module and pick and choose whichever section you need to work on. So there's the first unit. Follow the calendar. Again, the testing center main right here is for getting your test appointment. Everything here in the home page with your modules all the way down to your final exam review. All right, so good luck. I will, again, on Monday the 25th, I will send out an email to the whole entire class for a link, Google Meet link. So if you have any questions, you can ask that from 6 to 8 on that Monday. We'll have kind of like an open Q&A session, if you will. So good luck in the semester. See you Monday night.